I think I mentioned in one of the podcasts before, right? So back in primary school, I studied in London and I was in a church school. And there was a period in time when I thought that I was a Christian because I went to church every single week and I started believing the stories of Jesus and God right? And the Holy Bible. And then slowly when I went back to Vietnam, I stopped being a Christian because I just wasn't exposed to those stories at all. So it can change that quickly. And obviously, when I went back to Vietnam, I started being exposed to the cultural practices of Buddhism. I started having incense and then burning all these material offerings and then talking to my ancestors, so on and so forth. But then when I went to the UK, I stopped doing that. So I've sort of moved away from Buddhism, right? So now I'm in this weird state where I don't even know. Now, if you tell me, do I pray? I think I do pray. I do pray. But who do I address it to? I don't address it to God. I've been told as a robot, when I was a little kid, to say Azidafat at the start.
I see.
But I don't even know what that means. I think it's part of Buddhism, right? But I don't even know what it means. It has no significance in terms of meaning to me. But I do address towards my ancestors. So I address to my ancestors, specifically my grandparents, whom I've never met.
Yes.
They passed away before I was building some sort of consciousness or some sort of memory.
Yeah.
So I don't know who they are. I've always been addressing it to them. But my perspective is that I would want my kids in the future to address their grandparents and to have some sort of connection and link with the grandparents. And that's why I still keep on doing this. I don't want it to stop. But then we're going to have to talk about afterlife and whether I believe there is an afterlife or not. But yeah, that's my situation at the moment.
I see. So you're also sending messages in your version of pray to your grandparents.
Yes, not often though. So we have our probably quarterly catch up. Maybe even, biannually, so every 6 months or something. Yeah.
And it makes sense because in Vietnam we always say ông bà, right?
Ông bà tổ tiên.
When we pray in the altar.
Yeah.
But I regard to them as friends. I don't think that they can help me because they are humans. What can they do? They're humans like me.
You need someone with supernatural powers. Why don't you address like Superman or something?
No,
hey, Superman, yo. Help me, man.
That's why I address to God. It's fascinating, right? Different people have different system and belief. And maybe it's can be regarded as their own religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if I were to rationalize it, and if my grandparents are still humans and not supernatural entities, right? They're not going to be able to help me. What's going to happen? They're not going to be able to help me, for sure. But I think I'm keeping the practice more of so that I don't want my kids not to have a connection with their grandparents. That's it. It's purely emotional in that sense.
Yeah, to remember where you're from.
Yeah, exactly. Remember your roots.